Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, this morning after testing another 25 samples overnight at our molecular lab, we have confirmed a single new case of COVID-19 in Fiji. Our newly confirmed case of coronavirus is the husband of an existing patient from Lautoka, the Zumba classmate of patient number 1. This was a case we have expected for some time, and thankfully, this 33-year-old gentleman did not develop any symptoms until after he was safely in isolation and posed no risk to the public. This is the 6th confirmed transmission that can be traced back to our first case. There are now 15 cases of COVID-19 in Fiji. All of our patients remain in stable condition. You'll recall the Fijian national who our fever screening test discovered had traveled from Uruguay and smuggled his way into Lautoka. His travel history, paired with a fever and other symptoms, raised serious red flags and jeopardized the lifting of restrictions in some areas of Lautoka. For those reasons, we locked down the Kashmir area in Lautoka where he resided. Despite his irresponsible behavior, which will still be investigated, he was among the 24 tests last night that came back negative, meaning all of the Lautoka confined area now has the freedom to move into and out of that area, including the Kashmir area. But I want to say that the lifting of the lockdown does not mean life is going back to normal. It's not a cause for celebration or an excuse to play loose with the rules. The 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. nationwide curfew applies everywhere. The ban on all social gatherings applies everywhere. The requirement to keep a safe distance of 2 meters applies everywhere. Our police officers are stepping up surveillance in Lautoka from today to make sure no one takes this as an opportunity to skirt any of our directives. It was the people of Lautoka who helped make our latest fever screening effort so effective, and it is those same people who will depend on to continue to act responsibly and keep the area safe and healthy. So if you see any rule breaking, speak up. If you feel symptoms, visit a fever clinic or call 158. Given this virus struck Fiji in cyclone season, we knew from the start we had to weatherproof our COVID-19 containment efforts to the very real possibility of a severe storm striking Fiji. Thank God we have a Cyclone Harold, a Category 5 cyclone currently rivaling the strength of T.C. Winston, is currently wreaking havoc on our Pacific brothers and sisters in Vanuatu. Tomorrow, the cyclone will enter Fijian waters, and we can expect strong winds and heavy rains in the Asawa and Mamanoto groups, Vitilevu, Kandavu, the Lomaivuti group, and the Southern Lau group. If any areas under lockdown see serious flooding and need to be evacuated, we have contingency plans in place to prevent any mixing between the evacuees and Fijians who are close contacts of existing COVID positive patients. So you should have no hesitation in evacuating as normal if flooding poses a risk. All evacuation centers will also be sanitized and regularly monitored to ensure that they are not filled beyond capacity. Through this storm, I want to again stress that the directives given by authorities are not voluntary. They are not suggestions. They are orders that must be followed for your safety and the safety of those around you. Cyclones can kill, and so can coronavirus. So as we combat these two life-threatening crises, it's vital that every Fijian do exactly what they're told to do by authorities. Stay away from floodwaters. If you've been directed to evacuate, please do so while the sun is out. If you have not been told to move, do the right thing and stay put at home. Over the past few days, as news has emerged of those who have violated the rules meant to keep us safe, I've shared the anger and frustration of many Fijians. But I don't want any of us to lose sight of the remarkable stories of solidarity that have emerged from this crisis. This past Saturday, our national carrier, Fiji Airways, organized a charter flight on board an A350, which safely carried 300 missionaries from the Church of the Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints from Nandi to Utah in the United States. Before departing for the US, Fiji Airways organized regional flights from across the Pacific to bring these missionaries to Nandi ahead of their trans-Pacific flight to Salt Lake City. On the flight from Kiribati to Nandi, 11 Fijians were able to fly back home to Fiji. To cut the weight of cargo and allow these 11 Fijians to make it aboard, 68 missionaries left their bags and possessions behind in Kiribati. Thanks to their sacrifice, these Fijians are all safely back in Fiji, where they'll be reunited with their families after a mandatory, of course, 2-week quarantine. That, my friends, is a profound demonstration of what it means to put humanity first and what it means to have love and compassion for your fellow human beings. Not only in words, but in action. Because while this virus can shut borders, keep us at home and even take lives, it cannot rob us of our humanity. It cannot diminish the love we hold for others, regardless of who they are, where they come from, or the faith they follow. Vinaka to all who helped bring these 11 Fijians home. In the weeks and months to come, serious sacrifices may be demanded from all of us. As long as we use compassion as our guiding principle, there is no challenge we, the Fijian people, cannot overcome. Vinaka Voreqe, thank you. God bless Fiji.